Rather lads, welcome back to the Cossy Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. This is the latest Arsenal news and transfer news as well. Mikel Arteta and Kai Havertz have been both nominated in the awards for Best Player of the Month and Best Manager of the Month in April, and you can go and vote for them on the Premier League website. We're going to be discussing their performances. We'll talk about David Raya, who is now the official winner of Golden Glove. He's the best goalkeeper in the Premier League this campaign. The last Arsenal goalkeeper to win that award was so many years ago. That was Peter Cech during his first season at Arsenal. So you can see the upgrade that we got in David Raya. I mean, it's a bit questionable whether it's David Raya's brilliance that has kept those clean sheets, or it's the defense and the midfield and the way we dominate as a team. But of course, he has gone on to win the award. Mikel Arteta did give us a major update when it comes to Gabriel Jesus during his press conference yesterday, and he confirmed that Gabriel Jesus, he doesn't know where the rumors are coming from, that Gabriel Jesus is going to be leaving Arsenal. At the moment, the guy is going to be staying at Arsenal. They want him to stay, and they would love to see him, flourish at the club. We'll be discussing some of the big transfer stories as well. Bruno Guimaraes, apparently Manchester City and Arsenal are going to be going out once again, toe-to-toe in a heavyweight blow championship. We're gonna see who wins that one. Of course, last summer it was Arsenal blowing Manchester City out of the water with that final blow on Declan Rice. But will Manchester City this time get to sign Bruno Guimaraes? Arsenal leading that race according to rumors we are hearing, and also we are in position to sign Guimaraes. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. It's a beautiful morning. Arsenal take on Bournemouth later on today, and Manchester City will take on Wolverhampton Wanderers as well later on in the evening. So it's such a beautiful day, and let's get into it. Right, let's start off with that big story on Gabriel Jesus. Mikel Arteta yesterday confirming that he doesn't know where the reports are coming from about Gabriel Jesus' exit, and he's saying that we have no intention of letting Gabriel leave. Now, yesterday I did cover, I did cover extensively the story on Gabriel Jesus. The player was talking about, his future and his season, and he said, "I want to have a full preseason with Arsenal. I want to come back stronger next season. I want to train with the team during the preseason. I might not even go into the Copa America thing. I might stay and I might, fight for my place at this football club." So it's going to be quite interesting to see what Arsenal do with Gabriel Jesus. Do you sell him when a nice offer comes in? If we don't want to sell, Mikel says we are not selling, we're not letting him leave, then does that mean that Arsenal don't sign a big number 9? Because everyone has said it in the media that Arsenal's priority this summer is signing a big number 9 in the summer. So with this boy staying, who I really, really like as well, does that mean that we're not getting in a number 9? And if we're not getting in a number 9, is that progress on the side of Arsenal Football Club? Do we say Arsenal are progressing? Do we say that Arsenal have made the right decision in terms of our development, right? Is Gabriel Jesus and Kai Havertz enough for Arsenal to go ahead and do all the crazy stuff and all the nice stuff? I want to see what really happens with that. But at the moment, Mikel Arteta there confirms that it is not an option for him to leave. It is not an option for Gabriel Jesus to leave Arsenal this summer. Now, talking about summer signings, this guy, David Raya, is now officially the best goalkeeper in the Premier League this season with the most number of clean sheets. Yesterday, of course, Aston Villa, Everton were playing Luton, and they failed to keep another clean sheet, and that just made my man David Raya the best goalkeeper in the Premier League this season. There is a debate to be had whether David Raya has been the best goalkeeper due to his own brilliance, like I said in the intro of this video, or he's been the best goalkeeper because of the defense and because of the midfield. I think Aaron Ramsdale has been cheated a little bit. He has been cheated a little bit because I don't think that Ramsdale has played behind a stable and strong Arsenal side like David Raya has inherited. And this team has been developed, and this team has been backed, has been I don't know what the right words are, but I'm going to say Aaron Ramsdale is a key reason for the development of this Arsenal side. When they were still making mistakes, when Gabriel was still full of mistakes, Aaron Ramsdale was there. When William Saliba was still raw and was still making silly mistakes, Aaron Ramsdale was there. When we had Tomiyasu getting injured all the time, and Tomiyasu obviously quaking against Mancity last campaign, Aaron Ramsdale was there. So for me, I don't want anyone coming out and slandering Aaron Ramsdale because Raya has won the Golden Glove. Now, good job, well done. He's done it in a very long time. Peter Cech is the last guy that won goalkeeper of the year against for Arsenal. But I think it is down to the brilliance of the team as compared to the brilliance of him as a goalkeeper. Don't get me wrong, he's a decent goalkeeper. He adds a lot of assurance to this team. He adds a lot of assurance to the defense as well. And he contributes very much to the way we play. That high line, a sweeper goalkeeper, playing out from the back. Those are beautiful stuffs. But they're not clean sheet contributing, right? Or they are, clean sheet contributing. But I think if you put any other goalkeeper, Ramsdale, in goal, I think he wins the Golden Glove. Honestly, I'm going to put it out there. I think Ramsdale wins the Golden Glove if you put him in goal this campaign. This Arsenal team has been more stable, more control, more dominance, and also more defensively alert. Even when it comes to set pieces, Arsenal have been in a much better shape, when it comes to set pieces as compared to all the other teams. So congratulations to David Raya, who is player of the not player of the year, but goalkeeper of the year. He has won the Golden Glove, and we pray that form continues because he is absolutely tearing it up right up there in the Premier League. Now, talking about transfers, this is a major story. Arsenal and Manchester City will be going out there again to battle it out for another midfielder just for our entertainment, and that midfielder is Bruno Guimaraes. Now, Arsenal obviously have already registered their interest in Bruno Guimaraes. David Ornstein did confirm yesterday, once again, by the way, on the Athletic Q&A, that Arsenal big admirers of Bruno Guimaraes. They like him, but so do other clubs, and those other clubs apparently include our, I don't know, arch rivals. Since when, I'm not really sure, but they're now our arch rivals, Manchester City. So where is he gonna go? Where will he choose? That's a big question, and we wait to see where that one is gonna lead. I personally think that Guimaraes might end up at Manchester City. When I think about the role he has to play at City with Lodri in that team, taking over from maybe a Kovacic and Ilkay Gundogan, I could see him as that guy that Pep Guardiola transforms into a goal-scoring midfielder, a high-quality goal-scoring midfielder. Now, we know his qualities, obviously, on the ball, box-to-box. He carries the ball very well. His passing lane is also, range is also very okay, and he's a very, very clinical, passer as well. He can chip in with some goals. Creativity is not very low. Obviously, he's average. He's an average creator, but I think those are the things that Pep Guardiola can actually work with when it comes to Bruno Guimaraes. Now, reports are saying that Arsenal are in poor position, and Arsenal also are leading the race. I don't see how we are leading the race, honestly, guys. I don't see how we are leading the race. He's an £80 million signing this summer. Yes, he has a release clause of 100 million. Newcastle have said, well, we will listen to offers if you guys have anything to say. So I don't think Arsenal are leading that race. I don't think we are in position to sign the man. We are just in a good position to compete with Manchester City. And I don't think it's going to be Arsenal only. I think PSG will come in there. I think Barca will come in there if they have the money. I'm sorry. If you have the money, Barcelona fans. I think we could see a Chelsea swoop in for Guimaraes, or we could see a Manchester United as well. It's going to be an open race now that, Newcastle are willing to sell. Now that Newcastle are saying any offers are welcome, as long as you guys don't disgrace yourselves in our inboxes, quoting 40 million, 50 million. They bought him at around 30, 35. I really think the lowest they are going to sell is 70. And if Manchester City are seriously interested and they're willing to spend above 75 million, you know what they can do? they can, they can raise the bar too high. They did it on Declan Rice and ran away. And I think what they wanted to do, they wanted to test Arsenal. They wanted to test Arsenal whether we had the resolve to sign Declan Rice, right? If West Ham had said 90 million, right, because Manchester City had chipped in with 80, they were going to run away. And Arsenal were also going to run away because we were not willing to spend more than 80 million. But thank God and thank goodness, Arsenal were, resolute. We went there with 100 million, better payment terms, and we got the deal done. So Bruno Guimaraes to Arsenal, that was a deal to keep an eye on. Keep your eyes open on that deal. I will be reporting every single thing that happens around, around there. Okay, so in terms of in terms of the news roundup, that's kind of it. Arsenal have 2 nominees for awards from the Premier League in April. That is Mikel Arteta, Manager of the Month, and Kai Havertz, Player of the Month as well. Now, as far as I understand, none of them deserves to win the award. None of them deserves to win the award. I think Andoni Iraola is up there for me for Manager of the Month in April. I would still say he's done well. Pep Guardiola as well is one of the managers that have almost won each and every game in that month. So I would give it to Pep. He's won each and every game under pressure. It's not that easy. For me, why I wouldn't give it to Mikel Arteta, in April, he cost us the Aston Villa game. That game, you think about it, you dissect it, you do a post-mortem, you do whatever you want to do, you say whatever you want to say. Arsenal win that game if Mikel Arteta plays either of Jorginho and Partey. Arsenal control that game better. Arsenal, govern the midfield. And it's funny when I'm on my border, traveling to wherever I'm going. My border man always tells me, and he always reminds me, Cossy, we should have won that game if Mikel Arteta had played Partey or Jorginho. So I wouldn't give him Manager of the Month. Those are simple mistakes he's making that are costing him and his team. With Kai Havertz, I think he's had a tremendous month. Like, his name should be up there among the guys that are going to win it. But why I wouldn't give it to him is, again, for me, this Arsenal side, we've done very well in April. We've been really tremendous. But that Aston Villa game, the chances he missed, those goals would actually give us, would give us the title. Take any 2 of the chances Kai Havertz got in the Aston Villa game, and we actually win the title. But of course, I would love to see what happens from that, whether the Premier League is going to be sympathetic enough to give us those awards. Now, in terms of the general news roundup, it's a Saturday. Julian Timber is 100% fully back in training and fully back with the squad. That was confirmed by Mikel Arteta yesterday, who came out and said the boy is back. And it's now time for us to see him on the pitch. It's going to take some time, obviously, for Mikel Arteta to trust him. We have seen what happens with the likes of, Vieira, with the likes of Tomiyasu. You will be back, you will be fit. But as a gaffer, he's got that overprotective layer about him, which is actually not that bad, because as a manager, you've got to protect your players from injuries, you've got to protect your players from the deadly PGMOL, you've got to, protect your players from so many things, right? So Julian Timber is back 100%. Are we going to see him against Bournemouth? There is a big possibility, but of course, if we don't, it doesn't mean the story is not true. It means the manager has decided to wait for the next week. Among the other big stories, obviously, is Declan Rice. Mikel Arteta there talking about Declan Rice, and he says that he wants to get more goals from Declan Rice. Again, that was during his press conference. He said, he's a coachable young player. If we can get more goals, which is something that we can do, there's a lot of raw things about him, and there's so many things that have not developed in this partnership, especially on the left-hand side. So maybe in this season, right? In the coming season, we might see Arsenal working something on the left-hand side as compared to something on the right-hand side. Because for the last 2 seasons, Arsenal have been creating a lot of chances and scoring a lot of goals through the right-hand side. So maybe we could see something on the left-hand side through Declan Rice, Julian Timber, and Gabriel Martinelli. Okay, so there was also confirmation from Mikel Arteta that Partey will stay at Arsenal because he said that Partey and Timber, give them 6 months together and we will be able to tell how good they are and the kind of impact they are going to have onto this team. So there is a big possibility that we keep Partey, we keep Gabriel Jesus, and life moves on at Arsenal. Hit the like button. I'm going to be live for a watch along against Arsenal versus Bournemouth. That will be at exactly 2 p.m. Ugandan time, East African time, African time. So make sure you are there. That will be about midday UK time. So I'm live for the watch along, Arsenal versus Bournemouth. I will be live for the match reaction, Arsenal versus Bournemouth. I will be live for the hate along, title hate along, Manchester City versus Wolves. Obviously, if Wolves do me a favor, I will forever be indebted to them, okay? So I'll be live for that watch along as well. And then we will have a match reaction for the Man City game if Man City don't win. If Man City win, I'm not doing a match reaction. And of course, we'll be having the 5 things we learned coming your way after the Arsenal game and the player ratings and my fan cam. There's a lot coming your way today. Hit the like button, subscribe to this goddamn channel, and I'll speak to you right in the next one.